Hi! Welcome to the Stuck in It Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 196.
Climbing
Yep.
to the 200s.
Welcome to December.
Yes. December is upon us.
Crazy cray. December.
Yes.
Can't believe that the year's almost over.
Yeah. We put the tree up, and now Lucy really wants to wrap presents. And so she's like, do we have any presents to wrap? Do we have any presents to wrap? Do we have any presents to wrap? It's like, nope, not quite yet.
Sorry, just broke my yarn. Don't eat it, Chaz. Earlier the yarn broke, and it's Noro, so it's thick and thin. And he decided to chaw on the free side.
He's the cat in the doghouse, as it were.
Yep, not extremely happy with yarn-eating cats. Cat-eating yarns.
So, yeah, a little bit obsessive like that lately. And then, what's the other thing?
We do not have our Christmas tree. I know how you love it, Amy. Up yet.
It's the Charlie Brown Christmas tree personified.
She's Judgy McJudgerson. And Quentin asked me, Mom, why don't we have that up? And I was like, well, we just got back from Grandma's. Yesterday night we had to go to the store and spend hundreds of dollars on snow pants and boots because everybody needed new snow pants and boots.
Outgrew everything.
Yes. But not hundreds, just in the hundreds. It just seemed like a lot for something that they're going to go out and completely trash the next day. Like, Dexter brought his snow pants home today and was like, Mom, can you wash these? I'm like, I'm not washing your snow pants every day.
Yeah.
You're just going to wear them outside tomorrow and get them dirty again. So life is, stressing me out right now. I am wearing pajama pants because I worked a long day today and decided that I wasn't going to put big girl pants back on after I took my work pants off. And they have sheep on them. They've got sheep with earmuffs and sheep skiing and sheep on ice skates, and got them from Shopko.
The sheep are big. I've seen a lot of people pajama pants Instagramming.
A lot of, I've seen quite a few of them in the store. These I thought were especially cute because I liked the pink and the blue, but they are a little too big. I got the, and they don't have pockets.
No pockets.
Yep, Grandma Jill taught me how to correctly make pockets, not just my reverse engineered, tried to figure it out way. So I'm looking forward to sewing some pants that have pockets. Pockets, I tell ya. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving break?
Yes, everything went smooth. I mean, it was an ice storm down in Iowa on Thursday, so my mother-in-law didn't get down to my mom's house for the day because of that. And we had to figure out a way to chip off blocks of ice off of our car.
Yeah, our van doors won't open when
when
the ice was covering it, and it was like with a door that opens out, somebody can get on the inside and push.
Right.
But the ones that go sideways, it's like, how do you get this thing? So just left it in my parents' driveway, just running until it got warm enough that I could get one of the doors open, and then we drove it around for a while. And we utilized the grandparents' babysitting and went and saw the last Hunger Games, which I thought was really good. Again, I will attest that I don't think that the third one was absolutely needed. That was more, I think, to extract money from the pocketbooks than anything. But the last one was super good.
Oh, okay, yes.
The third Hunger Games that they released last year. I don't know that
which
it
was
added
breaking
a lot to
the
story.
last book into two pieces,
yes,
right?
Yep.
So.
And I'm sure there was, there was a lot of content, and I'm sure there's people that are purists that have read the books and they left this out, and then they could have even had another movie. But I just felt like this one had all of the action.
Yeah,
they could have split it across to the two or something. And then we took the kids to go see the Good Dinosaur, which was super. It's kind of like it almost inventing a new genre. It's like a dinosaur western.
Okay.
which is super cute. I noticed there wasn't a lot of dialogue. There was some dialogue. The human, or the human, the caveman that would become the human, didn't speak. It was the dinosaur that spoke, which was interesting. Like, well, you could hear his thoughts. I don't think his mouth moved, and so there'd be very little to like put it to a different language. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the scenes, like the natural scenes, like it was almost real. Like they almost overlaid the cartoon over the top of like real scenery. It was just very pretty and picturesque. And did you guys go see any movies?
No. Not a one.
Well, we saw two, and then I had seen Hotel Transylvania the Sunday before, so I saw like more movies in 1 week than I had seen like in the theater than I had seen the whole year. It was quite the extravaganza. Other than that, things are going well. Gotta buy some Christmas presents. How did the birthday party go?
It was a sleepover with just one friend, but it went great. Okay. Everything went off without a hitch.
And he had a sweater.
Yes.
Spoiler alert for his birthday.
He did. Everything was good.
Super dapper in it.
He was very happy about it and wore it, and he even told somebody today that, oh, my mom knit me a sweater for my birthday. So
that's gotta make a knitting mama proud.
Yes. What else? Oh, like we were talking last time about the Pokemon, and so some of my Pokemother brethren contacted me and told me that it might not ever get better because they have grown children getting tattoos. So I have that to look forward to. But in the same vein, McDonald's has Pokemon toys right now. And there's like if you bring in your Game Boy, your Nintendo DS into McDonald's, some of them will have hotspots to be able to download a new character. So I discovered that today, and so now the son knows that it exists, and we're probably going to be making a trip to McDonald's here soon. But I don't necessarily have to eat there. It's just he doesn't care about the little figures. He really likes the idea of going in and getting that new character for his video game. So I'm like,
very cool. Yeah, you said something and it made me, your Pokemon brethren, that's fun.
Yes, they're apparently, Pokemon's big, and if you say it to most people, it's been across so many generations that you will hit somebody with, who was into it when they were younger, or that has children that are currently into it, or, it's just a complete range.
We had a really warm day recently, and we went to the YMCA playground. And it was a private conversation that a mom was having in public with her son, but like she had pulled him aside and was like, honey, not everybody is as obsessed about Pokemon as you. And if you start to have a conversation with somebody and they don't reciprocate your excitement and know what you're talking about with Pokemon, like you just have to give it up and move on. I was like, yeah, they get a little fanatical, don't they? She must have witnessed him just like, like completely being overbearing to some poor child or something. I don't know.
I think Justin understands it because he's not into Minecraft, and that's the other thing that a lot of kids are super into, and he doesn't know anything about it. So, but I think he actually kind of likes he's bypassed that particular pop culture thing. So
it's cool for school, huh?
Yeah, or he snobbed it and, like Pokemon's way better than Minecraft. There's a lot of legend and lore with Pokemon. Minecraft is just square things, I don't know.
My kids do like Minecraft, but they don't I guess they have a few little figurines and stuff, but it's not like an obsession. Like I can't remember the last time that they've played it. So, all right. Well, we have some administrati to mention, quite a bit actually. We realized that we had neglected for our birthday patterns KAL to open an FO thread. So we have remedied that, and we hope to draw that here soonly. So get those in.
Yes.
Got an awesome bag. It's got a zipper pull, some gorgeous pink fabric, this beautiful Celebrate Knit Love, which I saw she just had an update and she had some of it in it. So
okay,
if people are interested in getting it. Some stickers, a jotter, and a needle minder. Super fun. Get your entries in. I had seen quite a few FOs in the thread, so hopefully we can maybe ear burn those people and say, hey, make sure, so that we
don't leave anybody out.
Yep, exactly. Dis or Dat is also coming up. That's a fun little hats versus shawls. We got 2 hats, 3 hats, 2 shawls. Flip to that. And then also the Coop Knits, which is super fun. And then I'll draw for the self-striping, but I also wanted to mention that I contacted the Two Sisters Yarn Co., who has some really fabulous stripes, and we're collaborating to create a special 12-stripe colorway for the people that, the special drawing that got all 12 entries in. And some people had gotten them so far in advance, because like on December 1, they had their 12th one in there. Like I saw the thread like blow up all of a sudden. I was like, what? I guess it's December, but you think it would get really big before the end of the month. And no, we had people, we had overachievers that got their 12 in early. But had to wait to get that 12th entry in. And yeah, so that's super exciting. I don't know if they're going to have any extras for anybody else, and you might not be interested, but I thought that was a fun, cool 12 striper for your 12 months of grand prize extravaganza.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, super fun. And then, so for this month, or for last month actually, November self-striping, I drew 3 numbers between 2 and 1668, and I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And I think maybe we'll go that direction in the future. But basically, if you contact me first, you get your choice of either this Lowland Originals bag, which is super fun. I really love those, or the geometric print and the mix of the geometric with the flowers. Or Lorna's Laces Ray's colorway. So this is kind of a 2-color Lorna's Laces, and it's meant to stripe up. And the shepherd sock, and then Pattern by Me. So if you aren't interested in either of these and you want a pattern by me, contact me first and say pattern. If you want the bag, contact me and say bag, and I can let you know whether or not somebody has beat you to the punch, okay, or the yarn. So that, again, 2 through 1668, and those numbers were 750, 389, and 430. So 750 is L. Bergeron. That's Laura. 389 is Red Raider. That's Christy. And 430 was Likes Pudding. That's Beth. And she had, it was a Desert Vista Dye Works, and it's one that I own. And I was like, oh, that's all striping.
Yeah.
Gorgeous socks. I actually have some design work that I'm trying to motivate myself to get done. And I pulled out my Sugar Skulls by, what is it? But it's supposed to look like the Halloween, like Sugar Skulls Halloween, but it's got like pink and red and green. And to me, that just sings Christmas. And I want to knit more SKUs. I've become that knitter.
Yeah.
Well, the knitter that just repeats the same things over and over again. Deja vu. Yeah.
Deja Q.
Hi, Betsy. And then you had an exciting thing going into 2016 that you wanted to get started.
So we're going to have a multi-year KAL, so there will be a monthly, basically, I don't know if anybody's seen it, it's the Persian Dreams blanket. There's a worsted weight version of Persian Dreams. That's what I plan on knitting.
Seems much more reasonable.
Yeah, there's a fingering sport weight version of it as well. So pick your version, it's fine, but we're going to try to do 1 block a month until it's done. That should take us 2 full years if we're diligent about it, plus edging and sewing it all together. So there might be like a 2 years plus a sewing it all together party or something. I don't know. And not a literal party, just, like, here, let's use this thread to talk about how this either is singing or sucking right now. Because sometimes it's magic when you're sewing everything together, and sometimes it's just a slog. So, but I am so excited about this blanket, and there were enough people out there that were just as excited as I was to give it a go. I've seen some people use scrap, some people use just what Knit Picks was suggested. Some people use superwash, some people use not. But you're going to need to probably buy the base color for sure. And then you can decide what you want to do for everything else after that. But I thought I'd warn you so that we could get a jump on purchasing the yarn, so that first month you can get through that square. And they don't look like they're going to be too long, or at least the worsted weight versions. So I'm excited to get that started.
They're not going to dominate your 2 years. It'll just be this thing that you do.
Yep. Do one, set it aside. Maybe you can have a bonus one, so if you have another like piecemeal blanket, you can do 1 block and 1 triangle. Remember, to try, it's like, I did 1 hex and 1 hexy poof. To try
or
and
if you could go crazy and knit 2 blankets if you want.
Oh yeah, I suppose. If you had 2 recipients in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I'm just giving people fair warning. I plan on putting this yarn on my Christmas wish list. So hopefully I have the yarn to get everybody started in January. And that will be kind of like the self-striper KEL. It'll just be keep on piling on. And your hexies that you do, similar rules as the self-stripers. It's like a 1 a month up to, so if you wanted to join in the 5th month, that's fine. Knit all 5 of them in that 5th month and go. So that everybody can join in if they want to. You don't have to start on rolling.
So if you missed out on January 2016 and 2017 rolls around, which is surreal to say.
Yes.
You could get caught up if you needed to.
Yes. Yep. And I don't know what we could do for prizes or anything for that. So if anybody has a suggestion, or you own a shop and you want to donate a prize for that, we will have 24 months to think about. So whatever anybody can contribute, the first month might be just kind of like a hey, let's get this started. I'll gift the pattern to a few lucky winners.
I have a yellow Into the World worsted skein that I'd be willing to throw at it if somebody wanted to feature yellow in one of their squares.
Okay.
As a prize, right?
Yeah. I just know that for the worsted anyway, I don't know. I just think that I have that problem that you have if they're not the same base. I don't know if I'm going to handle it.
I've gotten over it. You shall see.
Okay. Good.
I'm mixing and matching scrappies left and right now, but yeah.
Well, I guess I'm kind of okay with it in certain things, but color work is kind of hard for me to.
So this is stranded. Yeah, I think I read the pattern, or read the notes, and it's circular, right?
Yep.
So the back would be where the yarn is being carried, and the front is the pretty side.
Yep. Circular stranded. I probably would send it off to my mom to get a backing sewn on it so that it can have a. After it gets kind of felted or zhuzhed in the back, I'll put a cover on it. I don't know. I might not. Who knows? We'll see when we get there what it looks like. I've seen both sides of them. They seem very cute. And I don't know what color I'm going to do for the base. Some people use gray, some use black, some people use the white that it's pictured in the pattern.
I seem to like gray as like my neutral.
And I've seen it, so it looks really pretty.
Yeah. But patterns or the finished objects out there are stunning.
I'm excited for that. I will do something in January. So if you want to get going right away and you're super excited, no worries. But chances are the pattern or the prize for the first month will just be patterns. So
okay, get people started.
Yep.
Get hooked. Alrighty, well that's the administrati. I heard that you had some FOs.
I do. So I did a pop fizzle out of the Infinite Twist Helix space.
Which is so fitting, because did you see that she just released Pop Twizzle?
Oh, no, I did not.
That same gal, Knit Graffiti, has a really elongated cowl that kind of matches that. That's a kit through Infinite Twist.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
that's what it looks
like precog in it.
Bam, bam.
You could have a matching cowl.
So, if anybody's awares, so that's the Infinite Twist. I believe that this will go to Lucy's horse instructor. She is very interested when I'm knitting and asks all sorts of questions and just says, "Isn't that amazing how your mom knits?"
Yeah.
So, and I think it'll be fun for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my second Nanny Swimo. It was done by the 27th nighttime, so that it could be worn on the 28th for my son's birthday. And that is the flax pattern. It's a free pattern from Tin Can Knits. It's sized baby all the way to adult male. And I'm not sure what width of adult male, but adult male.
Mm-hmm. Well, I knit Nanny Swimo for my husband last year, right? The flax.
Okay. But he's a skinny adult male.
I
was just trying to think of
sorry.
Like, does it go to triple extra large? I'm not sure. But it definitely, and it's unisex. It doesn't have to be for a guy. There's plenty of gals out there that have knit this for themselves. And I loved working with the Leading Man Fiber Arts box office base.
It is stunning.
And my mom and I did scan this, Knits and Pearls, and it scanned really well. So the lady who made your bag fabric left Spoonflower for a moment, so my mom got a little panicked. And don't start rumors or anything. Maybe she was just taking a holiday break and she will be back after the new year. I don't know. But I know that my mom was a little concerned. She's like, a lot of people like that fabric and want to get more.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. Yeah, that's it for finished objects. I actually kind of like, okay, that was it. Now I gotta start working towards another set.
Yeah, I went monogamous for a while on some of this. I avoided sleeves, and then I cast on last week for something to knit on air, the Vacillate cowl, and super, I mean, it does seem like it went a ton faster because it was in the round. Mm-hmm. Like those purl back rows were no more. It was just zoom in the round. It took me good 2.5 hours to Kitchener the 100 and whatever that I cast on together. Wow. It's somehow, and I'm not going to be able to find it now because it's so well hidden. It's in the middle of a purple stripe somewhere. Somehow wasn't getting like the decrease middle point hooked up with it was always like one off, and I was like, this isn't right. What is wrong here? And so I'd go back and I'd try to, and it almost was like I had skipped a stitch or I had done too many on the back, and then, I just wasn't, I obviously didn't pay good enough attention while I was trying to watch The Blacklist at the same time. But my husband was like, why didn't you make it a Mobius? And I was like, I think a Mobius, doesn't it have to be a one-sided figure? Like, could I have made this a Mobius by twisting it? But then wouldn't it have just righted itself? Because it's hooking two tubes, ends of a tube together. So even if I twisted I don't know, like my mathematical mind went like The fabric would just shift and it wouldn't really be a Mobius.
I think it would be.
Okay.
Still.
Well, he gave me the idea after I'd already.
You're not doing it again.
No, I'm not ripping it out. The fabric took a really long time to dry because it was doubled, even with the heater on. But absolutely love this Fat Squirrel in the Vindigo colorway. Limelight by Dragonfly Fibers. And then this is Madeline Tosh Astrid Gray and the Dandelion. I love them together. I love the effect of it's kind of striping, but the purple stays throughout. And this is a merino silk. This is a merino linen, and this is just a merino single. So I've mixed my bases. It grew quite a bit. I was showing my husband that I could wear it like this, and he was like, that just looks weird. And I was like, well, that's going to be how I wear it most of the time, probably. It also doubles over, so this was 8 pattern repeats. And if I'm feeling really sassy, I can crown myself Miss Vacillate.
Okay, yes.
It can be a sash.
A sash.
Yes. And so I did. I can crown myself that. I need to get like a VAC.
Sure.
I don't know why. It just struck me as I was putting it on my on peg, my dress form. I was like, oh, and look, it could be a sash. And I think it can also. I think I can get away with doing the doubled over.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like quadruple, right? Like your neck would be super warm. Ready for an Arctic blast. And yeah, that was just me riffing on the pattern. So the stitch pattern came from the Vacillate, but the cast-on and the knitting it in the round and the Kitchenering it was all me. It would be like a Elizabeth Zimmerman sweater formula, I guess, right? And then I had some of this purple that I was like, well, this is close enough to a black. I mean, it really is like a deep violet and indigo, that I could use it as the black on a bobble hat, and then I had the white, which was left over from the Hitofude, which is from Fishnets, which is a merino silk, so it's kind of shiny, and then this limelight green from Indigo Dragonfly Fibers. And then the blue is Bazinga Blue, and that's fingering held double. On 5s, my row gauge shrunk quite a bit, so it looks like a really short hat, a really short version of it. It's the right size around though, and I just ended up adding a few of the where they just alternate back and forth up here at the top, to make it the right length for me, as per my friend Amy saying that she didn't didn't need the extra long brim. I just made it, I think, 2 inches.
Yeah.
Went into it, and it was a quick zoom knit, and super fun. And the fingering held double is super squishy.
Yeah, I like that. I did like that when I was feeling it.
I noticed you thinking it.
I was like, yeah, fingering held double, that sounds fun.
And because the green is kind of tonal, it really takes on a grassy tone down here because of the fingering held double. So, and I like that my sheepies kind of have blue faces, because I'm pretending they're BFLs. They're blue-faced Lesters.
Yeah. They're blue-faced.
They're blue-faced Lesters. The only thing, and I almost ripped it out, and I'm glad that I didn't, was that you really can't see the white flecks very well down in the green. But I don't care.
Yeah.
That's not where your eyes are going. It's at the little sheepies and the pretty, almost starry sky, right?
Or snowflakes, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, the grass is green, so maybe not snowflakes.
Yeah.
The stars, definitely.
Yeah, stars, or that blue, just the bobble blue, or the Bazinga bobble is what I called it. Babble. Bazinga babble.
Bazingle babble.
And so, yeah, now I'm ready to rock my winter wear.
Yes.
That I've got semi-coordinating.
I did have a sad incident with the babble hat.
Oh no.
it ended up in an Ankeny Target. So if you're in Ankeny, Iowa, and you see my hat, you rescue it for me.
Good thing you had enough to make 3, huh?
I know.
Did it already have the...
No pom-pom.
Okay. It's a pom-pomless Babel out of
Kinsey
yarn.
So, yeah. I called twice.
Wow.
I called the day I lost it and the next day, and neither attendant had seen a hat. And it was during the crazy shopping day, right?
Don't tell my husband, because I gave him a really hard time about losing the cashmere hat that I knit him, but I lost my hipster cred. My pink and gray one. Yeah. Colorwork hats are disappearing left and right. I like to pretend that it happened while I was downtown and somebody that was really sick at the Mayo Clinic walked by, picked it up, decided they needed a hat, put it on their head.
I always figure it is somebody needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they didn't need it, it was going to be at the Lost and Found.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody like, oh, this was a really cute hat, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
They must have needed a hat.
Mm-hmm. A truly non-intended random act of kindness
Really,
to somebody.
yes. Either that or it's buried in ice and...
Yeah. You just need to create a really great backstory. So, like, this person found it, they took it to a knitting shop to find out how they could do such a thing, and now they're going to be lifelong knitters because you lost that. There you go. Justified. Hashtag justified.
Sure. But yes, sad hat moment.
I
I don't know what I think it was. I had stuffed everything in my purse, and my mother-in-law said, "Oh, you should put that in the cart." And I put it in the cart, and I think that whatever, my hat just got lost in that exchange because no hat.
Yeah, and that's a horrible feeling. I retraced my steps with the hipster cred just everywhere. Went to bathroom, asked receptionist, went to the Lost and Found. Like, I cannot have lost this hat.
I did everything short of going back to that particular Target. It being those big shopping days, I was just like, no, I'm done. I will call. And then I called again in the morning. You know, shift change, get a new person, get a new set of eyeballs on the Lost and Found. And they said that they actually log everything that gets turned into Lost and Found just in case somebody claims something that's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
You can, when you call in, they can say, oh yeah, somebody came and got that, you know. So you...
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, at least it's not like it's just a no-op, right? Like, at least they would know that it had gotten turned in. And that way, if you had visited 5 stores that day, you know...
Exactly.
You could give up the...
No, there was only
search.
one, and I had the hat on the way in, and on the way back, I was looking through my purse, and nothing. Like, I was like, no!
I went to Shopco at, like, 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon and bought these pants for 50% off. Had to get something else while I was there. I can't remember what, but I did not do any Black Friday shopping. Have done some online shopping since, but
we ended up getting inexpensive clothing that we probably would have bought. Well, maybe not have bought anyway. The kids needed warmer jammies, and they were having 40% off at Target. And I didn't go there to buy those things. It was just like, what am I going to do while I'm here? Well, that's on sale. So we got some jammies, including the large footy jammies for Lucy. Ooh. She outgrew the, Carter's brand or whatever. They had some. I don't know. Some Minion slippers.
Yep. We went to Gordman's, which they don't have them around here. And got the kids, all 3 of them, got brand new shoes for super cheap. It's like less than $60 for 3 pair of nice shoes.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that was a Saturday, like, and not Black Friday. Did not battle the crowds at all.
Well, we've been talking and talking. So here, I will talk about my whips.
Okay.
I've got a Buddy the Elf sock. I started these last year at about this time and put them away as soon as Christmas was gone and I hadn't worked on them because they will only be worked in this season. So I can either get them done this year or I might set them down again. It is fun to work on them. They're sparkle and they're Buddy the Elf. And I have been carrying them around with me lately, so I might get at least one sock done.
Did you get figured out whether or not your foliage socks will fit you or the husband?
They are my socks. Because I got all the way down to the heel, and there's a long, I mean, that's pretty long for me. Long leg. So, I don't know. And then as soon as that was determined, they kind of went into hibernate because it's not fall anymore, and they're socks for me, and I don't really want to knit on socks for me right now.
But they're super pretty.
Yeah. They are really cool, and they will be excellent socks very soon. Just not during the holiday season.
So Buddy the Elves are going to the husband, or that's not?
I asked. It's too sparkly.
Oh.
They would fit him. They are roomy enough in this version, and I would just have to make sure that I knit long enough in the foot. But no, I asked. He said no. So I would have to then go pick out and wind up another ball of yarn, and I was like, no, I'm going to finish Buddy the Elf, and I have some gift socks for a friend of ours, and I started those a couple weeks ago, and I figured those are what I'm going to pick up instead, because I need to have at least one done for when she visits.
To try on.
Yep, to try on. So I'm going to get those done so that I can do that. But I also have the Banner Day started.
You had just gotten to the color change last time.
Yeah, and I still have quite a bit of pink left. But soon I will be changing off to a bluey green, and then to a green, and then to this weird rusty orangey red. As loop bats want to do. They have that interesting color change. But it's with a really dark blue, so I think if I hadn't two-plied everything, it would have been really an interesting progression.
I really like the moral on that. Super pretty.
But I didn't want to chain ply it because it'd be too thick. It wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been a good weight for at least this type of project. And I don't know. I'll get used to it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Pink, green, and red.
Yeah, I wore my Banner Day with the Sophie's Toes. So like the super scrappy looking one, the Chagall colorway progression, and I got so many muggle comments. I'm like, oh, that must have been super complicated, and how did you make all of those different colors? And I was like, actually, it was pretty simple in the grand scheme of things. The yarn did all of the work, right? Not like color work where you have to kind of actively change it. It was just like, you just keep on knitting.
So also before the end of the year, I need to get my daughter's sweater done. So I have started that, and I know that this one zooms. So as soon as I get to a point, I think it's just twice this length, it's going to zoom. And actually it's zooming now. It's just boring, and I don't know. I'd almost rather not think during this particular part of it, but you do have to think enough, so it's like, oh, think enough, and then it'll be zoom, it'll just be knit, or well, stockinette, knit, purl. Exciting stuff. And then I got at least 1.5 repeats, maybe 2, and some repeats done on the Vaseline. So I just thought I'd share that. It's longer than it used to be.
Super pretty. Got lots of yarn left.
Yeah. I weighed it. They're approximately 48 grams. So I'm, and I'm probably halfway there. And maybe I might have to, yarn chicken and hold my breath for getting the right number of repeats. But I'll get there. And then
I can't remember how many the pattern calls for.
Yeah, and again, I'm not sure that I care, but I want to get as much as the yarn used as possible. And so there's that, like, the long repeats problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have really long repeats, and so where am I going to get a yarn chicken right in there?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I had a little boo-boo that I put to the back. So I dropped a stitch somewhere around here. Didn't discover it until up here, and so I had to go all the way up here to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I'm not ripping all of that back. So I just added a stitch up here.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it because I know it's there, but when I'm wearing it, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out how to get that. Easy peasy. I'll just stitch it in. Yeah. But I just, there's a live stitch here, and it needs to be held in place. So it's on there with its little stitch holder.
Keep your stitches in line over there, Amy.
Yeah. So that can happen on this pattern, just so you know. I don't know if Megan, with all of her vacillates, has
I've not dropped any stitches, but I have gotten to. It's really easy in like where you're just doing the plain knitting part, or like where you're not doing the intermix, the interplay, to miss a decrease or miss an increase, and then I just fudge the numbers because I never see it. So like if I have to do increases 2 rows in a row, or not increase because I had too many stitches, because then you notice it once you get up here and you're doing the slip stitches and you're like, hey, wait, something's wrong here.
Missing one, yeah.
Yep.
So that missing one problem happens a lot. I would say it's happened to me twice, and the slipped one is the 3rd time. And that, it's like, well, that seems like a lot, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, the number of repeats you have, and then the number of, it's like, not that bad. But
over and over and over and over and over again.
You would think I would not mess up. And then I have one needle adjacent project hanging out here, but you don't need to, we can talk about that later.
Okay. I cast on my December Hitofude. It is out of the Noro, which is long color repeats, Tayo sock yarn. So I got this kind of in a bulk bin at Stitches Midwest. I can't remember who it was through. But I asked them whether or not it would felt, and they said that they knew for certain because the person who was there said she had thrown hers in the washing machine and it had not. This is cotton, 50% cotton, 17% wool, 17% polyamide, which is kind of like nylon, and silk, 16% silk. So that all adds up to 100. Yep, 17.
Well, hopefully she wasn't selling you on something.
Well, I'll put it in with the cold, and nothing ever really felt in my my washing machine with the cold, and just kind of get a feel for how it. It's an interesting texture. It doesn't seem like it's healthy. Right. But super kind of wild colors, and rather than just working through and trying to maintain those longer color repeats in it, I'm just intermixing them. So I have every right side row, next to a purl brump, I bring the working yarn to the back, I bring the last one forward, and I purl, and then that's my color switch. And this is the last one in the year of Hitofude.
Excellent. You made it.
I did. Don't want to prematurely count my chickens before they hatch, but this is fun. I just cast this on tonight, so I'm loving the brighter pink. You may look at this and think that it's quite the eyesore, but my aunt does wear very bright, vibrant stuff and really layers and intermixes, which I would say kind of is her aesthetic. So I think she'll really enjoy this. Because she won't have to layer to get all of those different crazy colors in one. It'll just all be there. Bam! And my super color fragilistic, I was telling Amy earlier when we were talking about it, had a bajillion colors. My socks that rock. So I'm fairly certain that this can handle it. Really itching to cast on 5 babillion things. Another work in progress is I finally got my Wonder Wander mittens out to folks. So that's all written up, all kinds of charts, charts, charts here, charts there, charts everywhere. The pattern repeat, the full mitten, the gusset, the actual thumb. It's full of charty goodness. 5 pages. It just seemed like a lot for as little as instruction. I mean, there's quite a bit of instructions. So that went out to test knitters, and I'm sorry to anybody that had been waiting for forever and had yarn set aside for it. It just got put off because it was off season, and now it's finally gotten put back on. Also got my hat pattern written up, and hopefully I caught everybody that had told me they were interested in test knitting. If I somehow have left you out because it's been a year since you volunteered, I'm sorry, but I think I got everybody. I went back and looked at old emails. So those are works in progress as well. And then I've got a bunch of designs. My sister's birthday was this past Sunday, and the hat pattern is in my mind and swatched, and my design process is never that I have a concept, I swatch it, I cast it on, and then it's just done. Like, I often tweak. I like things to look a certain way or to feel a certain way to me, and so the process is very, all of that to say, my explanation is very long and the design process is very long as well.
Yeah, I remember last year there was a lot of
hemming and hawing.
The welts was quite the issue.
Yep. Well, lots of, getting those right.
Yes. Well, you know, she showed me several welts.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yep. So yeah, and I've got the inspiration picked out and all of that. My sister wouldn't want me to be stressed out to try to get it out by her birthday, and she would be very proud of getting, the good that it does, the pattern sales going to the National Women's Health Network. So better late than never, I guess. I need to find a Broadway song about that. Better late than never. And then, a couple of other designs in the works. So just lots and lots, and find myself needing to do those in addition to really wanting to cast on that colorwork sweater from the book that we reviewed last week. At least swatch. I mean, this kind of got some of the color work wanting done, as well as those hat and mittens, but I still just I want to get that cast on so badly. Do you have any enabling, or was your needle adjacent project enabling?
I have, so from our Stillwater adventure, I just remembered these, and so I thought I would bring them. This is my Meadow by the Fiber Company, and it is 40% merino, 25% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 15% linen. There is 545 yards, so this is a lace weight considered, although I think that the bloom on this could be a light fingering if you wanted to look at different patterns for it. But love how those colors are playing together, so I have to find the perfect project for it, so it'll be living together until I find that project. And it could be, forever. I actually have a project that I want to buy yarn for, and I thought, why am I buying more yarn? But my needle adjacent project is some Sun Valley fibers for the January thaw. I am going to do the Threshold sweater by Melanie Berg.
Okay. What does that one look like? Am I familiar with that one?
It's got a lattice on it,
okay,
and it's just a positive ease, normal looking sweater. It's got a little bit of a longer tab in the back.
Yep, I have seen that one.
Yeah, and so this is the True Blue colorway, and I really I've had it for a very long time, and I just haven't found the right project for it. And I think
What
that
piece
it'll
is
look really good. I think it's just MCN.
Okay.
Just
MCN.
MCN. But yeah, it's the merino nylon cashmere, and yeah, not the silk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nylon. But yeah, I think it'll look good, and I'm excited to cast on.
And you had a sweater's quantity of it? It's a
Oh
one
yeah,
color?
I have
Okay.
4.
Okay, I just didn't.
I would hope that this is enough to make a sweater.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in trouble if it's not. It looks like there's like one that's not quite like the others. So this one doesn't have as many of the brighter pops of blue in it.
Mm.
I mean, they're there.
You won't see it if you
Yeah.
color blend.
We're gonna blend.
It's a must. It's a must. My enabling I did not buy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So my father-in-law took a 3-week trip
Okay.
to South America. Went to like Machu Picchu and Peru.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess alpaca was very big in Peru. Like, they were selling all kinds of, he got the kids scarves and hats and really neat color work. And he asked my husband, like, what would she want if, I'm here? Would she? And he's like, well, don't get her something knitted. She knits, like, she wouldn't want the knitted stuff. And so he got me yarn, which I was just like blown away by.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so a sweater, he got it, it's from Cusco, Peru. This is the bag from which he got it. And it's great. He got 2. He said they told him that this was a sweater, that one of these would be a sweater, but it's DK weight yarn. It's baby alpaca, and it's how many yards? 124 yards, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So, yeah. I guess I was thinking that there was more to it. I was thinking there was like 200 in a ball.
But it's, I don't know, it's DK weight and it's gonna bloom a lot.
Yeah, yep.
Being alpaca, the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing.
I asked him, so it's, what is the brand? Indicita? I asked him how much it was, and he was like, well, it was kind of pricey. And I was like, okay. And I think he said that for this full package, it was like $60, which wasn't too bad for 100% baby alpaca. Super soft. I was thinking color work something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. The dude.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Could be the dude. Totally.
A girl dude.
Mm-hmm. And then I got a little,
Oh, cute.
yeah, little dish. It's got enough. Just got a llama or an alpaca.
Yeah.
Probably alpaca, if they're obsessed with alpaca.
Yeah. Very cute.
Yeah, so it was made in Peru.
It was stinky, Chazzy. Would you
Really?
just... Well, my end, apparently.
Maybe
The end pointed at me.
Yeah, super cute. So, and I mean, like, ultimately it was cool to me that he thought to buy me yarn, which sounds like my husband had helped him with that. But can you imagine? I mean, this took up a lot of space in his his carry-on slash, I'm sure it wasn't all carry-on, but his luggage.
Yeah.
So I was mucho impressed at how well he did.
Cool. What did Jared get?
I'm trying to remember what Jeremy got. I think he got a hat and a scarf thingy too. Kids got like a necklace that's kind of got like a it almost looks like a hexagon with a hole in it, and you're supposed to like blow through it and make a wish. I don't know if Craig told Dexter that, or if Dexter made it up, because those lines get very blurry sometimes. As far as like, Dexter lying, or is this true? Because it seems like, so he keeps on telling me he's blowing through it and making a wish, or do you want to blow through it and make a wish? I'm like, okay. So I guess we maybe just made up an alternate reality there.
Okay.
Don't know. I haven't gone online and
Making
researched
wishes.
it. Yep. Maybe one of his first wishes when he blew through the hole was that I would believe the story. Who knows? You are succeeding at making her black pants very cat hairy.
I every time, if I wear black pants, this boy right there, sitting on. Never.
He doesn't want to sit on you when you don't have black pants
He
on.
really doesn't. Trust me, he's either here or over there.
Mhm.
If I don't have black pants on, if I have black pants on,
Are they warmer, Jess?
I don't know.
Do you find her attractive when she's wearing black pants? Or you're like, hey, lady. Jess has got a thing for ladies with black pants on.
Apparently.
I got a thing for that green sweater over there. It keeps staring at me and how beautiful it is.
Great color.
Ugh.
Envy is the color. It is a really great
It's
color.
named for me, apparently. Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Bye.